Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your messages for August 2020. I'm just cleansing your space here and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I'm truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for everybody, so please take what is for you and leave the rest behind. Just to let you know, for those of you who entered the Win a Ring competition, I will be announcing the winner of a ring like this one in 6 days' time, okay? I'm going through the messages slowly but surely, so please bear with me and I will announce that winner in 6 days' time. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius? What do they need to know for August 2020? For those of you who are new to my channel, I take jumpers from the pack. Ooh. I do not choose the card as I believe that is my energy and not the message you're meant to receive. Everyone is different, so there is no right or wrong way. You may want to fast forward during these moments. Ooh, interesting. But I will not rush the messages as I have to receive them as they come. Just to let you know, I don't do reversals in the overall energy of the month of August with these cards. So we have, interestingly, in the protagonist position, we have the Judgment card. So this is the energy that is propelling you forward for the month of August, my beautiful Aquarius. And this is, you're making a final decision about something. There is some sort of wake-up call in your life and you're seeing things super clearly. Now, you may have had a couple of avenues in which to explore before you made a decision, but you're really narrowing it down in order to see the journey ahead and take charge of your destiny, of your path here. You may have been asking a lot of people for advice because I really feel like you're with the energy. I get this card all the time, but I'm reading different energy each time. And I'm seeing that there's been a lot of advice given to you by your inner circle. And it's almost like you're weighing up different options for what people may have offered you in terms of advice. Ultimately, you're trusting your own instincts. But you just wanted to ask people's advice so that you didn't miss anything is what they're giving me here. But yeah, this idea or this decision really relates to your prosperity path, to your life's purpose. It's either career, we're going to go deeper because we do have the Hierophant card here, so it could also be to do with love. But that was the protagonist. That's a strong energy that is propelling you forward. You've made a decision and you're sticking to it is what they're giving me. Now, the Hierophant card is in the antagonist position, Aquarius. So this is the energy that sometimes has you kind of pushing it back a little bit. So you may feel like you're taking 2 steps forward towards what it is that you desire, but this energy holds you back sometimes, which means you take a step back, okay? Now, the Hierophant card is about, they're giving me 2 energies here. One is about higher learning. So if you're choosing, if you're making a decision about a career path, it may come, certain paths that you can take towards your destiny may involve some sort of higher learning or seeking out a tutor which can help you in the conventional sense reach your goal. Ultimately, you're opening your crown chakra and you're speaking your truth. Also, we can see the crown chakra there, that mouth also emulates a fish, okay? And when you get, the only fish that pops up in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot is the Page of Cups. A fish pops out of the cup as a surprise. And that's when you put that cup, that card in particular, to a career path. This is about following your bliss, following what's in your heart, okay? Doing what you love and the money will flow from there. It will lead to a lot of contentment. So if this is a decision you're making about your career path, you're finally deciding that you should take the path of what you love doing, but it may require some extra learning or some extra skills that you're maybe not prepared to action at this time because it's in the antagonist position. That's the energy that you're putting off for now. Now, that does not mean you won't return to it later, but what they're giving me is you're pushing it for some reason. You don't want to overcome this energy and face it at this particular moment in time. It may even require some sort of transformation, because they're highlighting the skull there in the center for me, which connects to the death card. Okay, so there may be some sort of rejuvenation or rebirth of a situation, transformation that you need to overcome before you can action the path of your dreams. Okay. Okay, so the second energy that they want to give me about this is marriage. Okay, so there may be a path that you're deciding to take in terms of a love connection, where you've had a wake-up call about somebody, or you're making a final decision on a relationship, and it's almost like you're pushing off a decision about a higher level commitment. Okay, now this could be about marriage, it could be about you know, going deeper, having a deeper connection with somebody. It requires transformation, it requires understanding, and it requires an apology they're giving me before you can proceed forward. Now, this could be an apology on your behalf, having to make it yourself, Aquarius, or it could be the other person. We're going to go deeper and find out there. I don't want to play the blame game here, but there is some sort of resistance to this energy. Yeah, what they're giving me here, they're highlighting the keys. They're saying that this requires some sort of transformation or some sort of acknowledgement of an apology before it unlocks a deeper understanding. Okay, before you can proceed forward is what they're giving me here. Ultimately, there is a speaking of truth and from the heart that is coming from this card, and it is about proceeding with moving forward with what you love. Okay, the Hierophant is about conventionality, you know, what is expected of the situation. It's Taurian energy, and it is a stubborn energy. Okay, so it is, I'm not surprised it's in the antagonist position, because it's something that you're putting off. Either you're waiting for an apology from somebody and it's not come through, or you're totally undecided as to whether you want to proceed in a relationship or a higher level commitment with somebody, because you something hasn't transformed the way it should, and you're a bit nervous about that. Okay, anything else from here? It requires you to see things very clear with no rose-tinted glasses is what they're giving me. And that is the energy that you're actually propelling yourself forward in. So you can see it all, okay? But you may be weighing up a lot of options here before you make that final decision to either cut and run or connect with this situation. Now, we do have the Death card. So interesting, they're highlighting again transformation. This is the unifying energy. They've given you two cards, Scorpio and Taurus, Scorpio and Virgo energy here with the Hermit. Now, the Death card here is about that transformation. There needs to be a big change here in the unifying energy. Now, the unifying energy is the energy that brings it all together and ties it all up to be able to move forward with some sort of change, or move forward towards your abundance or towards your destiny. So there needs to be a transformation here in this situation. Now, this could be, if it's to do with career, because we're going to go deeper and find out, it could be a wake-up call about your career path. You're shedding all situations that do not serve you, okay? Things that you may feel are toxic. If you're in an environment that is, you know, weighing you down there, makes you feel like you're stuck. There may even be jealousy at play in a situation here, or envy. They've corrected the word envy in this situation. What they're also giving me is it feels really suffocating. I'm getting an energy here where I'm feeling like I can't breathe. I really feel like I feel suffocated in this situation. And there needs to be a change, okay? And it is a big change here that will lead to a rebirth of the situation and a moving on, a transformation. I almost want to put that card down because I don't like the energy of it. I realize it's quite a heavy situation that needs to be rebirthed in order to transform and become lighter. Instantly, as soon as I've let go of the card, I feel a little bit better with this energy. Now, they've given the Hermit, the Virgo energy here, because this is you having to maybe cut yourself off from the situation for a short time in order to recognize where your true spiritual path lies, okay? You need to shine a light on where you're going, and this could be to do with, as I said, either a relationship, you know, rebirthing this relationship. I don't actually want to touch this card again because of the energy that comes with it. It's very smothering or suffocating. There's some sort of toxic cycle that needs to be let go. So if that's a romantic relationship or some sort of marriage, if you're in a marriage or a high level commitment that is either crumbling or needs to be rebirthed in some way in order for it to survive, then you're releasing toxic cycles with that death card. But it takes some time out. You need to go within for clarity, okay? Interestingly, a lot of your cards for August are about seeing things clearly and proceeding in a direction that releases a lot of toxic energy. Interesting. Okay. They're giving me here that now when the Hermit goes, the tradition of this card is when the Hermit goes kind of solo, and in order to get that spiritual illumination and that truth that is deep within them, they're often very weary with the world, very fed up with the way that things are going, this tired energy, you know, you're done and you want to move on. But when that Hermit goes into a reclusive mode in order to check in with the truth of their situation and see where they need to go, and it's almost like they need to listen to themselves and not the rest of the world or anybody else. Listen to that deep instinct that was deep within them, that intuition, and they often come out the other side with a lot of energy, almost like renewed, you know, rejuvenation, like a child, okay? So there is something that's really weighing you down, making you feel like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. And it calls for wisdom at this time, but it's inner wisdom that you need to listen to, is what they're giving me as a guide. You really need to listen to your own intuition, okay? Using your third eye as well. There needs to be a lot of wisdom. And you've actually got all the answers you need within you, Aquarius, is what they're giving me. But you need to, it's almost like you need to silence out the noise in order to proceed, is what they're giving me. Now, we're going to go deeper and find out what we're dealing with. For those of you who are interested, I'm using the White Witch Tarot to gain the overall energy for the month. These are a series of major arcana cards only to gauge the energy. And now I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot to go into the details of what we're dealing with. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What do my beautiful Aquarius need to know with regards to August 2020? Thank you so much. Ooh-wee. So we have Queen of Swords. Okay, Queen of Swords is Libran energy here, and this air element. Okay, so it speaks to your element. You may be silent. You may be. This is a time for reflection. You're being very fair, and you're leading with total honesty. There is a balance here, because there has been a period of feeling a bit clouded and you know, trying to seek the truth. And you're coming to that final decision, especially with that Judgment card, but you may have been a little bit silent in order to let the other person come forward. As you can see, this Queen, again, male or female, this is not a gender-specific reading, it's about the energy. This Queen has her hand open. She is ready to receive what the other person has to say. I'm listening, buddy. What have you got to say? Is that kind of energy. But I do have my sword of truth up there, and I'm willing to cut the BS out as soon as I see it. I'm going to call it. And so you're in a no forgiving kind of mode. You're also in a very analytical mind at this present moment in time. It feels like you need to make some sort of decision without emotion. It has to be, even though you can follow your heart and you can follow your bliss and do exactly what you want from your soul, but it's almost like you're also detaching from feelings or emotional, being over emotional about the situation, because you recognize that you need to have clear-cut communication in this situation. Now you are leading with total honesty, and you're waiting for somebody to either come forward and speak their truth, but right now it feels like you're waiting. There is a waiting energy here. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Well, I don't know about that, but they've just given me a film, and it's a sentence, it's a film. and they're highlighting this bird to me, and what they're saying here is one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Now, I know that's a film with Jack Nicholson in it, and I know that that is a film, you know, a lot of, it feels like people are trapped in some sort of, maybe, there may be some sort of mental unwellness at play here, or there could be some sort of, no, what they're giving me here is there is someone is either playing mind games in some way. Now this could be because there is some sort of, now I'm not going to talk about, I don't really want to talk about anything that is medical that has been diagnosed, okay? But what they're giving me here with one flew over the cuckoo's nest, you feel like this situation is driving you crazy. They're giving me an overall energy of this situation is driving you crazy. They're not addressing mental unwellness is what they're giving me here, okay? I just want to clarify that before I proceed. But that is the sentence they're giving me. That also may be a film that you've watched recently, because it's very unique for that to come up. Thank you so much. Oh, you are waiting. Look at that. So this is the Three of Wands here. This is something that you're truly passionate about. You're waiting, and you may be waiting for someone else. Okay. Now I want to clarify this Hierophant, because if it's to do with either higher learning or perhaps a job, maybe a career path that you're headed towards, you could be waiting for some sort of institution to get back to you about something. It could be, you know, a college or a bank job, or, you know, some sort of job in some sort of financial institution, or it could be any kind of it's like a 9-to-5 kind of job, some sort of job where it's a well-known institution. That's what they're giving me. You could be waiting for some sort of results. You've spoken your truth, and you're just waiting now. You're waiting what they have to say. You may have even given a presentation, but you've made some sort of decision to follow a certain path. Now, I'm going to pull a card. As I said, I want to find out. But if this is to do with love, because the Hierophant is also to do with a higher level commitment here, you're waiting for someone else to come forward with communication. Okay, you're waiting for them to expand on either how they feel about you, or you know, what they're thinking, because that Three of Wands, you're waiting for something, you know, some sort of evidence of passion, or some sort of evidence to sort of pop up there. As you can see, it seems to have been it's like pulling teeth kind of like energy. You're waiting and waiting, and finally you may get a shoot of it, but it's frustrating, okay, with this. It really feels like you're waiting for another person to come forward to, oh, interesting, thank you so much. What they're giving me is they want me to look at the figures, okay. As you can see, they're giving me this energy that you're waiting for somebody. You've got the hand out saying, well, over to you, balls in your court. I really need to hear what you've got to say. And this person's like, well, I'm waiting and I'm waiting. I'm just going to wait for you to come to me. There is a bit of a frustrated kind of energy here, okay? And also the figure has their back. It's almost like this person may be in some sort of victim mode where they're like, well, you come to me, you know. And again, it's like playing games, okay? It's like banging your head against a brick wall, kind of trying to get the attention for this person. And it's not something that you should be fighting for either. This person likes to feel chased. You might be dealing with someone who is a fire element, Aries, Leo, Sag. There seems to be a bit, I don't know, they seem very off in their own world is the energy I'm getting. So if this is a higher level commitment you're looking for here, this person, they seem a bit like phased out in their own world. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have the Devil card here. Now, when it's in the reverse position, it's in the unifying position as well, the unified energy, which is somebody needs to let go of, again, some sort of toxic situation here. And that's what's happening. There is a release here when it's in the reverse. This is either recovery or leaving an abusive situation. It could be a recovery from addiction. It could be, again, I'm getting this envy. Envy. They're saying envy because there's these two snakes here on this death card, and they're giving me the word and the energy envy. And again, they've given me that with this card. So there could be some sort of envious person, or I mean, why would they be envious of you? They're not giving me why. But there's something that needs to be released in order for this situation to move on. So if this is to do with a love situation, yeah, there needs to be some release before there can be a unifying energy of coming together. I'm just going to pull a card. Ooh, just as I say that, let's have a look what they want to deal with. Right. Okay. Okay. This is how it's come out. So this is how I'm reading it. So we've got the Queen of Cups energy. When it's in the reverse, you're feeling suffocated. Okay, this is the energy of insecurity. You can't breathe. That's the energy I'm getting. And it feels very much like there has to have been a wake-up call, because there's just so much going on in your head. It feels like there's so many people either giving you advice, or so much advice swirling in your head here that it feels like you don't know which way is up. Okay, you've come at them. Okay, this person may also be a water element. Could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. They could have that somewhere in their placement. The situation feels very suffocating, but what they're also giving me here is that, as you can see, we got the two queens here, Aquarius. We got the Queen of Swords, who's ready to talk, ready to be analytical and lead with communication, straight talking, no BS. Okay, and we have that Queen of Cups in reverse. So it's like, I'm leaving the emotion behind right now, because what is called for in this situation is cold, hard facts. Okay, that's the energy I'm getting from this. But it is suffocating, and there's moments of you having to take time out in order to walk away for a moment, because it feels like you're like, this is so frustrating. This is the energy I'm getting from this connection here. Now, I was going to pull a card on it and find out what we're dealing with, but they've actually given me that it's to do with love. Okay, so the Star card energy in reverse is, again, it's this energy that you may be holding off because someone is either ignoring you or has not got back to you. There is a silence here, and it's an arrogance. That's an arrogance. Like, this person's got their back to the situation, and it's like they want you to chase them. I mean, who screw them. Who the hell are they to think that you should be chasing them when they're not even giving you a little piece of anything, not even a breadcrumb? Okay, is what they're giving me. This Star card in reverse as well means this person, there is something going on here with this person. They may have some sort of depression. So it may link in some way with the film that they gave me. As I said, The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. What they're giving me here is this person, it's all, now again, I don't really want to talk about the medical side, but they may have some sort of bipolar energy. And by that, I mean flickering from being one moment being very low and one moment being very high, all in then all out kind of energy here. Now, I'm not talking about a medically diagnosed anything. Okay, I'm not I'm not capable of giving you medical advice in that way. I'm not talking about that. It's just this swinging energy I get from this person, and they're almost refusing as well to see the situation, and refusing to get any healing with the situation. But when we get the Star card, because it's Major Arcana and it's in reverse here, this person is in some way ignoring you, and that's why you're kind of unsure about a higher level of commitment with this person, because they're doing all the wrong things. Okay, it's almost like they're very magnetic though, because the Devil card, there's sometimes that energy of drawing you in, but you're releasing that. Okay, they're showing me that there is a turning point though. The Wheel of Fortune is turned up, and when we get that Wheel of Fortune in the upright position, this is the turning point. Okay, this is good fortune being on your side here. Things are on the up. Okay, some things are down. When we get this card, Wheel of Fortune, it reminds you that sometimes things are up, sometimes things are down. And I feel like this energy of this person. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of clarity that comes from this card when it's in the up. Okay, it's almost like giving you the get-go. Now is you'll start to see this turning point in this person's energy. Whereas they were refusing to even acknowledge the situation. Because you've gone silent, you're in Queen of Swords mode, where you're like, over to you. You're not talking? Okay, well, nor am I. And this person's like, oh, Aquarius is not chasing me. Aquarius is not messaging me. So where they at? So then there's a turning point. It's like you give them a taste of their own medicine, and then they start to come around. Now, nobody should be playing games like that. Mind games are BS, okay? That's an immature kind of setup there. But there is this turning point for the better, okay? Things are becoming more in balance because they just, no matter what, they can't let you go, Aquarius, and you can't let them go. That's the energy I'm getting. We've got the Six of Swords. It's in reverse. Now, when we get that Six of Swords in reverse, it's an unable to move on, but it is also a stagnancy. Something needs to change. And if something needs to change and nobody is doing the changing, because you've done so much, Aquarius, is what they're giving me here, that you're fed up. You're suffocated by the situation, and you acknowledge that there has to be some sort of shake-up of energy. There has to be a final decision, and if things don't change, then you have to walk away. And they're recognizing it. They're feeling energetically the pull away because of your actions towards them. You're not reaching out to them, and they can't leave you. There's no way this person can move on. But they're recognizing that you may start to move on, and it's almost like checkmate energy. Okay, nobody's making a move, and then they recognize Knight of Cups. They have to come on in, and they have to tell you how they feel. They have to offer you a cup of love. Okay, it's over the Hierophant energy. So this is in terms of a higher level commitment. You may have been waiting. They're not doing the work. They're feeling, down about the situation as well, but they may be feeling down about stuff in their own life too. But that's not on you. You're not their carer, Aquarius. You're not there to sort out all their problems. You're there to have someone come and meet you halfway as your counterpart and offer you love. And towards the end of August here, they're finally ready to come on in and offer a cup of love. Now, when we get this Knight of Cups here, they're going to be very romantic, okay? It's once they've emotionally stabilized is what they're giving me. There is a groundedness about them. Now, out of all the cards, if I want a knight to be coming my way, a Knight of Cups, I like a Knight of Cups. I love a Knight of Pentacles. So let's see if this person is coming on in to give a solid offer. I really don't particularly like a Knight of Wands because they're sort of fly-by-night energies. But Knight of Cups, this person does come in with a pure intention. And I've never had this before, but they're highlighting these wings on this knight's helmet. This person does want to go higher. They want to take it higher to another level. Okay, they want to rise up. They want to meet you. They recognize that you are more emotionally intelligent than they are, and they want to meet you on your level. Okay, so it's taken them some time to really recognize what they're about to lose before they step up. Nobody wants to have that to happen, but unfortunately, that seems to be what the case is at this present moment in time. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius? What do they need to know with regards to this situation? Can you please guide them? Thank you so much. Yeah, King of Pentacles, okay? They really do want to level up. Now, King of Pentacles is a very solid, practical offer. Okay, Taurus energy there. This person means business. So although they're coming in as a Knight of Cups, they're turning the page here. They're releasing anything that does not serve them. They're releasing toxic, you know, that low vibe, toxic, immature energy to be all that they need to be for the connection. It's almost like they want to invest in this connection and they're finally showing up. Okay, Aquarius, but this is towards the end of the month. This person also may be quite materialistic. They may really go after their goals and chasing the dollar, as it were. I really feel this person's trying to get their career off. They may even be at the top of their game, but it is very time consuming for them. They have a lot of time for money and not so much for love, is what they're giving me. They surround themselves with all those pentacles, but you know, all that glitters is not gold, and it is lonely. It is lonely on that throne of gold, and they recognize that, and they do love you. They really do love you, but it's almost like they didn't feel that love was particularly necessary at that present moment in time. Oh, my candle just flickered there, so that's definitely for somebody in particular. So weird. Okay, I'm going to tell you, because this is the image they're giving me. They're giving me a raccoon. Now, I don't know the spiritual meaning of a raccoon. I'm going to look it up because it came up, but they're giving me a raccoon, and that may be, there may be some sort of raccoon that is, I mean, if that, it may be either a painting or a drawing, it may be a tattoo, it could be the raccoon itself is important in some way. Maybe you and your person joke about raccoons or something. Raccoon is in some way relevant to somebody out there, and if it is you, then there's something in this message for you. Okay, this person is intent on giving you a solid offer. They really want to come towards you and be who they should be for the connection, to invest in that connection. Okay, we're just going to go deeper. I'm using the Fountain Tarot to clarify this energy. Can you please? Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, the Ten of Cups came up first. I love this card. This is about being, you know, very content, very abundant, having a lot of love and support. So it's almost like the waiting game paid off, Aquarius. So if you are letting this person know, I'm waiting for you, I'm living my life, I'm getting on without you, and if you want to step up and be with me, then sure, step up, show me. But I don't want all the talk. Okay, show me. So as you can see, this person they're coming on in with some communication, but they're not all talk. There is some action. Knight of Cups is an action card, okay? King of Pentacles, definitely an action card. Solid investment in this connection. The Ten of Cups, also supportive. They're giving me these two figures. They are balancing each other out. Very supportive. It's like the holy grail of relationships is yours for the taking if this person steps up here, which it shows at the end of August. That's their intention. Okay, now the Five of Swords, it's in reverse, which I love to see this card when it's in the reverse, but in the upright, no thanks. When it's in the reverse, this is about harmony. It's also about problems being resolved, and this being a very successful union as long as those obstacles are overcome. Now, in the upright position, this person, they may have withheld information from you. You may have felt that they were sneaky in some way, that they were playing games. This is my self-sabotage card, okay? This person sabotaging the situation for their own enjoyment, playing games, and it's something that is learnt normally from childhood, but you got it in the reverse. So this is overcoming those immature energies, okay? Overcoming any self-sabotage in order to proceed forward. And so it looks like this person does really want to have a turning point here and step up for the connection. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius? What do they need to know? Thank you so much. High Priestess. Virgo energy, and this is about using your intuition, okay? Now, when this person comes on in to give you their cup of love, as it were, you know, keep your intuition on high vibe, okay? Trust yourself. Know that some secrets may come to light about this situation. It's almost like, look at her. She's sitting there judging the situation, listening to what has to be said finally, but it's almost like using the gut instinct to gauge the subtext of what's being said, okay? So there will be some sort of reveal when you get this High Priestess. This is about seeing through the veil, seeing through everything that has been given to you. Now, this does not mean that there is anything untoward in this situation or negative in any way, but they want you to keep your wits about you. They're also giving me, what's that? Sorry, one moment. They're just asking me to check in with this card a little bit deeper. One moment, please. Okay. Okay, so they're also giving me a moon cycle, but it's a crescent moon that they're giving me. They're highlighting the crescent moon for me, which means they're giving me kind of like an indication of date, but they're not actually giving me a number. I'm not seeing a number. So it is at the end of August. So the full moon is on the 3rd of August, and then the cycle goes on until you get the crescent. And then round about the crescent moon, this person will come towards you to offer their cup of love. They're also giving me, very precise for somebody out there, they're giving me green fingers. Okay, green fingers. So I'm guessing that pertains to somebody who's very good with growing either plants, or it could be that, you know, this conversation you have with this person will lead to solid, healthy growth. But they're giving me green fingers. Maybe you even work with plants or shrubbery or something like that. Maybe that's your thing, flower arranging, something that involves green fingers. If that's you, then there's something in particular for you in this message. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius? What do they need to know with regards to this situation? August 2020, can you please guide them for their higher good? What are they meant to know for August 2020? Can you please clarify the situation further? Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. So, we have the Knight of Coins. It's in reverse. Now, this person feels like, they feel like when they look at you, they don't have as much to offer to the connection as you would. They're quite a stubborn person. They're not taking too long, because when you have the Knight of Coins in the upright position, this person takes forever, okay, but very solid, okay? This person, I'm getting that they want to offer you everything that they have, but they're just not sure that it's good enough for the connection. They may not feel like they've got, they don't have much to offer, okay? This person has a natural, they have a natural propensity to being lazy, okay? They often come in strong, wanting to invest highly in the connection, and they really do. That's their intention. But sometimes someone's intention isn't what they can actually fully offer. So this person will offer you what they possibly can in this moment, but they feel like they are not mature enough, or they just don't have what it takes to make you happy. Okay, it feels very much like this person, they feel like they're not good enough for you in some way. And Aquarius, if they're playing games, then no, they're not good enough for you. I'm going to tell you how it is. But what they're giving me here is this person does not feel that they have much to offer, but they're going to offer whatever they have. They see themselves as wanting to give you everything. They want to give you the world, okay? They want it to be a very successful connection, but their fear is they are shedding all the things that do not serve them. They want to be high vibe. They don't want to be low vibe no more. but they just feel like they don't have much. And we have the Six of Wands, and it is in reverse. And when you get the Six of Wands in reverse, this person has a lack of confidence, and they also have a very, very deep-seated fear of failure. Okay, again, this comes from childhood is what they're giving me. It comes from it's an ego thing. They don't want things, it's almost like they don't really want to invest fully into a situation. Now, this could be a love situation. It could be their career. They do things kind of half-assed because it feels like if they invest 100% into something, if it goes wrong, then they are destroyed. Okay. Now, the way that they treat you in and out, this energy, that's not acceptable at all. But I'm giving you how they feel like sometimes they give up too soon when there's obstacles, because they'd rather get out of a situation and retain the power rather than someone reject them and walk away. So it's almost like they're waiting for you to see through them and recognize that they're not all that and a packet of chips is what they're giving me. So you might think that the sun shines out of this person's, you know what, and that they are all that. You love them because you just love them. We cannot help who we fall in love with, and you just love them, and or you have very strong feelings for them, and they are looking at themselves like, really, you care that much about me? No. When you get to know the real me, you'll see I have nothing to offer. Okay, and then they run away before you get to see it. It's almost like they're afraid to show you their true selves. And there's some healing that needs to be done. It's from childhood, and they're refusing to acknowledge it, or refusing to see what needs to be healed. Okay, they're asking for 2 more, so I'm going to give it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. You want that one? Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius? What else do they need to know with regards to the situation? Can you please guide them for their highest good? My beautiful Aquarius, what do they need to know? Thank you. Oof. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Yeah, look at that. It's just... So we have the Fountain card, and the Fountain card, when that turns up, it's the owner card in this deck. It's Major Arcana, and it's about it's about a breakthrough. It's like we're all connected, and it's a unifying energy here, that we are all one, and that the universe is working things out behind our backs, lining things up for our success. Okay, there needs to be a breakthrough in this situation, and it is coming. There are infinite possibilities for this to be successful. Wonderfully abundant card, but it is acknowledging that there is free will, and we are master of our own destiny, and you're very connected, very deeply connected to this person, Aquarius, and the bond is very strong. But there needs to be a breakthrough, and there is a breakthrough. There is this turning point that's happening, but what they're giving me here is, as you can see, the star is still in reverse. Okay, so what they're giving me is somebody, this person that you're dealing with, they're ignoring the fact that they need healing, or they need to seek some sort of, they need to believe in themselves. Okay, they feel sometimes there is no hope in a situation, and they just let it slide. Okay, so when they just let it slide, it's also their ego is not allowing them to see that there needs to be something addressed here. Yeah. Now you also have to have faith with this situation, because if you really want to be with this person, if they show you that they mean business, then of course proceed. But if not, they are giving me the walking away. I'm going to pull a card and see about the walking away, see what's going to happen in this situation. But we do have the Four of Swords. Okay, it's in reverse, and we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. This is a very burnt out, restless, kind of anxious. It's almost like they don't really know what to do in the situation. They don't know how to move forward towards you. You're the person they love. The Knight of Cups, their cup is full for you. but they feel like they're not enough. Their ego is in the way, okay? And this person feels fed up a lot of the time, okay? When you get that that Four of Swords in reverse, see how fed up they are. It's like a bit of a slump, a depression, kind of like feeling really low, and they just don't know how to come towards you and express how they feel. They're ready to act, but they just don't know how to go about it, okay, is what they're giving me. Now I'm going to get a bit of clarity on this situation. Just one more card to pull as an overall, you know, how things could go. Thank you so much, Spirit guys. For those of you who are interested, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. Just want to gain a little bit of clarity as to any advice for this situation or how it should be proceeding, how it will go. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius to any advice, any further advice they need to know about this situation? Woo! Oh, wow. Okay, they burnt out the candle. That's crazy. Out with the candle. Now I'm just going to light that again because I can only work with the light. I won't have it any other way. But we have here the Queen of Wands just blew out the candle. Okay, the advice. This is a Leo energy, very feisty energy. Okay, have confidence, be self-assured. Aquarius, if someone is not stepping up to the plate, you deserve the best. Be self-assured. Know your worth. Okay, you have a spark that needs to be matched. You bring the magic, Aquarius. I think this even turned up in your reading last month. You bring the magic, okay? When we have that Queen of Wands, you are the light. And this person is drawn to the light. They feel like they're not good enough for you. And unless they make the effort, I'm inclined to believe them. You know, maybe they're not good enough for you because they don't seem to be able to follow through. They mean well, they want to, they love you, but maybe it's a case of maybe right person, wrong timing. I'm not sure what this is here, but they're getting things in play. So maybe in August, they're just not ready. Okay, they're going to offer you and tell you how they feel, but you may not see some solid movement until later on in the year, because Queen of Wands is, you know, you're all that. You deserve the best. And if that person cannot offer you the best, then maybe the symbol of it blowing out the light is time to blow out that candle and move on. Okay, I can only advise you as to what they're giving me here. I can't go on because they just went the end. That's the end of that, okay? But they want you to follow your passion, follow your deep desires, what your heart and your soul, you know, if this person sets your soul on fire, I can only advise you as to what they're giving me here. We all have free will. So if that is the way that you want to proceed, but know that you are the best of the best. You bring the magic and you deserve the magic also, okay? So that's where we gotta leave it, I'm afraid, Aquarius. I can't go on any further. What I will give you is an advice card from the Wisdom of the Oracle to close the reading for August. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What do my beautiful Aquarius need to know? Okay, so we got chaos and conflict, but it is in reverse. Okay, so this person's intention is to release all that, okay? So they may not be in a place right now to offer you more than they can give, but what they have to offer, they want to give. You do deserve more, but in August, they're in a place to give you so much, and that's what they will give you, everything that they have. Now we have 33, it is number 33, which reduces to number 6, which is about love, strength, and balance there. Let me see the card. Okay, so when I'm looking at the card in the upright, they want me to read the card intuitively. They gave me the sentence, leopards don't change their spots. But actually it turned in the reverse. So yeah, they do, if they really want to. Okay, now I know a lot of you Aquarians out there are going to be screaming saying, no, they don't. Well, some people do. The person that we're dealing with in this reading seems to want to, okay? So if this is your person, then they actually have the intention to change. So we're going to read the card. We're reading the protection message because it turned up in the reverse for you. Again, they're giving me the raccoon. So this is, maybe the word raccoon is important to you in some way. Maybe you just saw a raccoon. Maybe you saw one the other day or something as a signifier. Whatever that is for you, then there is something in this message for you. Now we're going to go to number 33. Okay, the protection message for Chaos and Conflict in reverse is, this is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about this situation and how it affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Okay, so there are obviously going to be some sort of negotiation that's going to happen round about the end of the month for you and this person in order to see if you can overcome the conflict. And as I said, this person's intentions are there. They are, high vibe intentions. So if they can raise up to meet you, then that would be great. So yeah, we just have to leave it there, my Aquarius. I'm just going to give you a trinket before we go. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarius? What do they need to know? Aha. So we have the Sun. The Sun trinket, very, very abundant, very successful outcome, joyous outcome, happiness to be restored in this situation. Okay, that Sun is smiling from ear to ear, if it had ears, which it doesn't, but and also they're highlighting here, there's a little face in this Sun. They're highlighting these two circles in the cheek, and they're showing me rosy cheeks. So rosy cheeks, that may in some way connect to you because it's quite precise what they're saying. Rosy cheeks. Maybe you do face painting. Where did that come from? Rosy cheeks. If you, yeah, they're showing me someone drawing really red round circles on someone's cheeks. So maybe that was you, or maybe that's a painting of some sort. Rosy cheeks. Maybe that's the name of a flower because they're saying green fingers as well. Somehow they're connected. Ultimately, whichever decision you decide to make, it is for your higher good, and you will have happiness overall because the situation will transform, is what they're giving me. Okay, so this is a very abundant trinket to get joyous outcome and success. And they want it on the Queen of Wands. You bring the magic, okay? High vibe. Whatever it is that you want for the situation, keep those high vibes, okay? You have everything you need within you, but you have a special little something, Aquarius. It's very different spark about you. Very free. Oh, okay. They're also highlighting this black cat. They want to show me the black cat because they're saying very lucky. Very lucky. Also, maybe a black cat is important in some way to you because they're really showing me now like a black cat, almost like putting its head up against someone's legs. And you know when cats do that sort of, they rub themselves up against someone's legs. They're showing me a black cat rubbing itself up against someone's legs. Okay, so if that's you, again, there's something in this message for you. Okay, my beautiful Aquarius, I hope something resonated in this reading for you. If it did, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell. Apparently that's important. It lets you know when I update my next message, and it lets me know that you resonated with the reading, which is very, very important for me. They just come in with, maybe it's connected in some way to the green fingers. They've just given me parsley, a bunch of parsley. So maybe you've been cooking with parsley. I don't know. Green fingers, parsley. Maybe you grow it. I don't know. But parsley in some way good for the digestive system, I guess. But they're just giving me that. So maybe that resonates in some way too. Okay, my beautiful Aquarius, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Love and light.